Okay, go ahead and tuck your toes in your tabletop position. Good. Beautiful. And keep the toes tucked. Walk the big toes to touch, knees to touch, and walk the hands back. Sit up on the heels. Vajrasana. Good. Hands to the hips. Come up, lift up onto the shins. Good. And then we're going to ease back down, sit back down on the heels. Again, inhale, rise up onto the knees. Exhale, lower down. We're doing a few sequences here, so if you need a blanket or something to make this more comfortable, go ahead and do that. Pad the knees. We'll be here for a few moments. Good. Incorporate the breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit back down, keeping the spine vertical. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Two more. Inhale, lift up. Feel the connection of your toes to the floor. Exhale and lower. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift up. Look down into the floor in front of you, and then with as much grace as possible, step your right foot forward. Good. And then we pulse forward and back. Use the inhale to slide forward. Exhale, draw back. Focus on the breath. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, slide back. One more time. Inhale, slide forward. And back. Interlace the fingers together. Press the palms away. Good. Good. And then flip the palms to face you. Squeeze fingers together. Pull wrists apart. Reach both arms up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge pose. You can dip the hips. That feels good. Lower the left hand down. Reach the right arm up. Low lunge. Easy twist here. Nothing crazy. No. One more breath. Look up only if it's okay on your neck. Lower that right hand down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Out the nose, exhale. One more breath like that. Ujjayi. Inhale through the nose. Out the nose, exhale. Lower the knees down. Good. Bring the big toes to touch. Walk the hands back. Vajrasana or screaming toe pose. Okay. Second side, hands to hips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit down. Two more like so. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, sit down. The transition is very much part of what we're working on here. Good. This time, rise up. Look down, step the left foot forward. Pulse forward and back. Make the adjustments you need. It's not too late to pad the knees. If you change your mind, you can still do that. Good. We add the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the spine lifted. Inhale, two. Exhale. Last one here. Good. Interlace fingers. Press palms away. Good. And then rotate the palms to face in. Pull fingers apart. And then low lunge. Reach up. Dip the hips. Good. Lower right hand down to the floor. Easy twist. Stay down on the back knee. There will be an opportunity to lift that up, don't worry. One more breath. Get tall, get big. Downward facing dog. Step back. 3 long breaths here. You can pedal the knees. Taking a stroll into the center of your heart's temple as we practice and flow together for peace, for understanding, for right action. Good. Lower the knees down. Sit back on the heels. Vajrasana. Good. Rise up onto the shins. Interlace the fingers behind the low back. Take the fist to your left hip and squeeze the elbows together. Good. Does that make sense? Hands are on the left. Good. Now look down. Step the right foot forward and pulse a few times here. Forward and back. Squeeze the elbows together. They're going to want to flare out, but you squeeze them together so there's openness in the front of the chest. One more. Good. Come back to neutral. Hug elbows together. Squeeze them towards one another. Lift that left knee up. Good. Find stability as best you can. Find spaciousness and squared to the front edge of your mat. You stay aligned. You stay focused. Good. Loosen the grip of the fingers. Right hand to the back of the left thigh. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. You curl this as far, right, into the back bend without tilting the chest to the right. So the chest faces forward. Call this Kundala arms. Aligning everything to the midline. 2 more breaths. Maybe you sit a little lower and turn on the fire of your practice. 1 more. Beautiful. Left hand down, right arm up. Easy twist in a high lunge leg pose. And make any adjustments, right? The position of your feet. 2 more breaths. Exhale. 1 more breath, big, broad, and expansive. Pyramid pose, right hand down to the floor. Step the left foot in a touch. Unbend the right knee towards straight and fold. Take your right thumb, put it in your right hip crease. Like dig it in there, and then draw that right hip back. And that might cause the right knee to unbend a little. That's good. It's good. It's more about the hip here. Aligning that to your left hip. Right? Like if your hips were a toilet paper roll, you could put the pin all the way through. Final breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go back. Come forward to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, untuck the toes, curl the heart up. You know this, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. Go back. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Wow, my right thigh is like shaking. Exhale. Must be good. 1 more breath. As you exhale, lower the knees down. Keep the toes tucked. Sit back on the heels. Vajrasana. Bring the hands to the right hip. Squeeze the elbows towards one another and come up onto the knees. Good. And notice, right? As soon as you get up, maybe the elbows get a little loose. Tighten them up. Kind of ratchet the front of the body. Step the left leg forward. Rock forward and back 3 times. Use the inhale to glide the hips forward. Exhale to draw back. You know, and if the other breath makes more sense, you do that. Whatever you do, I highly recommend focusing on keeping the elbows squeezing in towards one another. Beautiful. All right. Tuck the back toes. Should be tucked. Lift the back knee. Good. So now you're in high lunge legs. Squeeze elbows together. Square your chest forward. Right? Sometimes life shakes us around. We find ourselves very disoriented. So we use these transitions, these poses, to navigate so that our heart and our eyes are always facing forward. We do this so that our actions follow suit. Yes? All right. Begin to loosen the grip of the fingers. Slide the left hand to the back of the right thigh. Keep the chest square to the front. Lift the right arm. Kundala arms. 3 breaths. Right. Move into the sensation of your left leg. Right action is hard. Standing up for what you believe in is never really perfect. 1 more breath. Good. Lower the right hand carefully down to the floor. Easy twist, high lunge, legs. Lift the left arm up. Make the adjustments. I like to scoot my left leg to the left for more stability. And here you turn towards the change that you would like to see. Turn your eyes, turn your chest, right? Turn your arms, turn your whole body. 1 more breath here. Pyramid pose. Left hand comes down. Step the right foot up a bit and fold over that left leg. Take your left thumb, place it in the left hip, draw it back and fold. See if you can proprioceive. Envision your body in space. Envision your hips in space. Final moment here. Bend the left knee, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Let's rinse that out. Exhale, take your version of vinyasa here. Downward facing dog. Step the feet as wide as the mat. Walk the hands back towards the feet. And fold in this wide leg Uttanasana. Soft bend in the knees. Gently sway the body side to side. If you notice that your head, you're holding it up, let that go and sway. There's a particular imagery that really is guiding me, bringing me a lot of peace. And that is that water always finds its way. It always flows its way. It even changes states, but it always finds its way back down to the earth. So let this practice bring you peace and knowing that you can always find your way, flow your way back to the ground. Good. Turn your toes out. Come into Malasana, garland pose. Good. And if you have a blanket, you can always tuck the blanket underneath the heels for a little more support here. Hands come to the heart. Good. The skull draws back a bit. And here we breathe, close the eyes. Whatever is coming up for you here is valid. Whatever emotions you're feeling and the thoughts that you're having are valid. Make a commitment to learn from what is being revealed to you through your practice. Use the strength of your outer legs to open up the pose even more. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Lower the hands down to the floor. Lift the hips and fold. Uttanasana. Hands to the hips. Rise. Come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms high up over the head. Feel the palms, hands to the heart. Samastitihi. Balance the weight between the feet and prepare the body to flow. Inhale, reach up, big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand up, reach up, look up. Samastitihi, hands to the heart. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Big breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Downward facing dog, walk forward with a purpose. Right? You're placing your hands, not just shuffling them around. Inhale, plank pose, come forward. Hold plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, go back, good job. Inhale, reach the right leg, up and back. Reach up high. Exhale, step forward. Warrior 2 pose. Pivot left heel down. Inhale to rise the body. Reach the arms out from the center of the heart. Bring the left hand behind the low back, reaching for that top of the right thigh here. Good. So you're in a half bound, warrior 2. Turn the right palm to face up. Good. You stay here. 3 breaths in and out. Please check that your right knee is pointing over the right second toe. Beautiful. Unbend that right knee. Pivot that left foot in a little bit closer and reach forward. We're going to hover into half bound triangle pose. So a little different today. Take that left hip and rotate it, spiral it upward. Half bound. Maybe many of us feel like we're half bound right now in life. This phase, feeling restricted, confined. And how do we find freedom? Good. And then keep the integrity of your upper body. Begin to bend your right knee, a little or a lot, coming into a hovering side angle pose. Really deep hip opening here for that inner right groin. Can you move towards it? All right, lower the right hand down to a block or the inside of the right foot, and then free that left arm up towards the ceiling for traditional side angle pose. 5 breaths. If you want to bind, you can take a half bind, left arm comes back, or you can take the full bind, right arm comes underneath. Should I start the count over? 2 more. 1 more. Look down, hands down. Prepare for 3-legged down dog, right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, and I'd love for you to describe some big hip circles with your right knee. Downward facing dog. Rinse it out. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, cycle through. Take a moment here. The eyes that you have drawn in the soles of your palms, facing down, communicating with the earth. Make sure we are aligned. Good. Next exhale, you can flutter the lips. All right, here we go. Second side. Inhale, left leg up. Step it forward. Warrior 2 pose. Inhale, rise up. And reach the fingertips as far apart. And this is where we like adjust our shirts, right? So adjust your shirt and then reach the arms out. Okay. Take a peek down. Left knee over left second toe. Okay. Right arm wraps around the low back for a half bind, reaching for the top of that left thigh. If you don't make it here, that's fine. Just touch the side body or the low back. That's fine. But if you have the thigh, press it away from you. 2 more breaths. One more. Turn the left palm to face up. Slowly unbend that left knee. Step your right foot in a little bit closer, moving into a hovering half bound triangle pose. The left knee is not locked, slightly softly bent. The right shoulder opening away from the floor, somewhat in line with your right hip. Make yourself bigger here. Make yourself longer. Take up space. Keep that left palm facing up, the sole of your left palm looking skyward, and begin to bend that left knee, coming into a hovering side angle pose, half bound. Let's take 2 breaths in and out. Keep that chest spinning open. Inhale 1. Lower the left hand to the thigh. I forgot this is a good option. You can bring the hand down to the floor. Free the right arm up. Good. Traditional Parsva Konasana side angle pose. Take the variation that's right for you in this moment. Because you did it on one side, maybe you just decide to do it the same or not. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 2. Can you count your breaths? Exhale. 1 more breath. Look down. Right hand down. Step back. Vinyasa. Friends, you can always skip these, right? And just hang out in down dog. And just watch your breath rinse out everything that has just happened. Inhale, right leg reaches up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step forward. High lunge, lift up. Hands to the heart. We show up as warriors in just cause. So keeping your chest square. Warrior 3. Begin to shift forward. Lift the left leg up. Balance. And in times of challenge and tightness in the body, can you soften something? Maybe soften the skin so that it can hold you with more buoyancy. Can you soften your jaw, your gaze, and look through whatever you're looking at? 1 more breath. A little bit of a cobra in the upper chest. Okay, bend into your right knee. Come up to stand. Left knee draws into the chest. And bring right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand to the low back and turn. If there's a deeper layer with more sensation and challenge, I trust that you know what that is and you can go there now. 3 more breaths in and out. I'm really shaky today. This is interesting. 2 Exhale. One more breath. See if you can get taller in the spine. Exhale. Good. Bring the chest and the gaze forward, hands to the heart. Warrior 3. Oh my gosh. We're going to come back the way we came. Step the left leg back. High lunge pose. Lift the arms. Lower the left hand down. Easy twist. Turn the chest to the right. That's it. Good. Lower right hand down. Unbend that right knee. Pyramid pose. Fold over your right leg. Let some of that tension go. Watch it exit the body. Vinyasa. Nice and easy. Take it or leave it. Maybe you close your eyes as you cycle through. From downward facing dog, reach your left leg up. Step it forward. High crescent lunge. Rise up. Rise up for what you believe in. Hands to the heart. Warrior 3. And give yourself patience to arrive in this pose. The transition is part of the pose too. Taking a couple of hops, steps, and once you are there, soften something. Soften something from the physical layer into the muscular layer, to the soul layer. Soften. Slight cobra in the upper spine. Good. Bend the left knee, stand up. Right knee draws up towards the chest. Right hand to the low back. Left arm, hand outside of the right thigh and turn. Turn towards the change. Turn towards the light. Or that inner light, the divine light, we turn towards that. Like the sunflowers and all the plants are phototropic, so are we. We make the decision to turn towards the light. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Face forward, hands to the heart, warrior 3. Glide back, extend. High lunge, right toes down, lift up. Easy twist, right hand down, left arm sweeps up. 2 breaths. One more. Good. Step back, vinyasa. Rinse it out. All the debris that has come scrubbed off from the heat and the friction of your practice, rinse it out. Downward facing dog. Step your feet off your mat, really wide. Toes in, heels out, and hang. So super wide leg down dog. Okay, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, soft bend in the knees, step or hop forward to the top of your mat and fold. Uttanasana. Separate your feet hip distance apart and then slide your hands, palms up underneath your feet. Hasta Padangustasana. Soles facing one another, yes? the soles of the feet, eyes of the hands. We make sure we're aligned here. Our actions, right? Our hands and our feet, what they're carrying out. Are they aligned with one another? Are they aligned with the mind and the heart here? Let this pose be a symbol for that. I want my intentions, my actions, my speech to be aligned. If you need to deepen the stretch, bend the elbows back towards the shins and gently rock the weight into the balls of the feet. You might even wiggle your toes, massaging the wrists, especially if you do a lot of computer work. Good. Slowly and very sweetly release the hands one at a time. Good. Keep the feet hip distance apart and then lift the right leg up into vertical splits. With each exhale, soften the chest towards the left thigh. Good. And then slowly open that right hip, stack it on top of the left. Maybe you lift that right leg even a little higher. And then exhale, bend both knees. Scoot that right knee to the outside of the left ankle and then flare the right toes. Again, vertical splits. Reach the right leg up. Open the hip. And then bend both knees. Tap that right elbow to the outside of the left ankle. Again, vertical splits. Reach up. We'll do 5 total. Exhale, lower. Flare the toes when you get down. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Reach up. Open the hip. Bend both knees. Good. And this time, sit down. Bring both sit bones down. Your left knee. Yes? Wrap the right arm around. Hug that knee in and twist. That left big toe mound is pressing down into the floor as you hug and guide that left leg across the midline in the front of your spine. Counter twist, the chest forward, take both hands, lower them towards your right hip. Bow the chin in towards the chest for a moment. And then face forward, ankle to knee pose. Agni Sambasana. So the left ankle is on top or to the outside. Okay. And if you're here, right, maybe if you have a blanket or a block, put it in between for some padding. We're trying to get some release in that left hip. Fingertips behind the body, pointed in, and then puff your chest. All right, open up the front of the body here. Good. And then option to fold forward. Go slow. Right. Maybe take a moment, you rock a little side to side. This pose is called Firelog pose. Some call it double pigeon. When we stack the logs, we light the fire, and then we sit in it, like we are now. Sit in this pose. If there's pain in the knee, you've gone too far, please exit the pose and sit upright. With each exhale that you take, maybe you soften just a little bit deeper. One more long, deep breath here, the biggest, stretchiest. And as you exhale, walk the body back upright. And you're gonna carefully bring that left leg behind the body for pigeon. So from double to single pigeon. So your right leg is still in front, left leg behind. Adjust. Good. And if the right hip is up like this, you can always pat it. Walk the hands back towards the hips first. And then fold forward, sleeping swan. Please have the forehead in contact with something. You can stack the fists and rest the forehead down. Let the back of the body melt into the middle of the body. And when the weight has transferred into the middle of your whole body, the midline, let that settle into the front of the body. And let the weight of the front of the body begin to sink and melt into the floor. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 2. Long, deep exhale. This final breath, inhale through the mouth. Out the mouth, exhale. Good. Hands down. Step back, downward facing dog, optional vinyasa here. And look between the hands, soft bend in the knees, step or hop forward to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, like look forward, really stretch forward. And then on your exhale, fold. Good. Reach the left leg, vertical splits. Reach up. Use the exhale to draw the chest closer to the thigh. If you have a bandha practice, on the exhale, draw Uddiyana Bandha up to lift that leg up. Open that left hip away from the right hip. Lift that left leg up even a little higher. And then bend both knees. Tap the left knee to the outside of the right ankle and really flare those left toes when you get down. Good. Inhale, vertical splits. Open the hip when you get to the top. Bend both knees, crouch really low. That's 4. Inhale, reach up. Open the hip. Exhale, crouch. That's 3. Inhale. Use the inhale to like inflate and lift up. Use the exhale to compress, contract. Last one. Exhale. Good. And then this time sit all the way down. Seated spinal twist. Both sit bones are on the ground, so move around. Wrap the left arm around the right thigh. Hug that leg. Sit tall and twist. I'm so grateful to be here with you. when I'm feeling lost, don't know what to do, don't know what to say. There's always clarity that comes in the practice, and not by way of bypassing what's happening, but a reminder to stay aligned to what I really believe in. And then everything else comes. Counter twist. Release the hands to the outside of the left hip, bow in, chin to chest. Agni Sambasana, Firelog pose, ankle to knee, so they say. Good. Find your way. Hands behind the back, fingertips point in and puff your chest up. Open the mouth, exhale. An option to fold forward. You decide what's right for you here. Baddha Konasana is a good alternative modification for this pose, where your butterfly, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. I can't think of a time where this practice has not revealed something to me. Something about my physical body, something about my mental state. Some big, some small, some make me cry, some make me angry, but it's always something. Something to help me find my way into what really matters to me. The truth, the universal truth. And that's really what it's all about. When you go out and you do something and you act or you protest, you say the words, Black Lives Matter, right? Whatever it is that you're doing in your own way of being active, know why you're doing it. Be able to defend your words. Rise the body. Bring the right leg around for pigeon pose. And to begin, walk the hands back by the hips, open the chest. And then fold forward, sleeping swan. According to the Bhagavad Gita, one of the most kind of emotionally charged text of devotion, says this: as the heat of a fire reduces wood to ashes, the fire of knowledge burns to ashes all karma. All karma burns to ashes by knowing yourself, by getting close to your spiritual practice. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale 2. Long exhale. Inhale through the mouth. Out the mouth, exhale. Hands down, lift the chest. 3-legged down dog. Left leg up and back. I realize now we forgot this on the other side. I forgot this. So left leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip. And make big circles with your left knee. Bigger circles. Bigger, bigger. Oh, and then switch directions. Downward facing dog. Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, plank pose. Lower the knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra pose. Big breath in. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra pose. This time, if you like, lift the hands. Bring them back by the hips. Point the fingertips back towards your feet. And lift the legs. Stamabasana. 3 breaths. Exhale. Stay aligned. It's just the front of the pelvis lifting you up. One more breath. Lift higher, lift higher. And release. Rest one side of the face to the floor. Feel your heart beating. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. Shalabhasana. Lift the legs. Draw the knuckles back towards the heels and curl the heart up. 2 breaths in and out. Lift a little higher. Last breath. Offer this up to someone who needs it. And release. Rest the other side of their face to the floor. Release the hands down. And go ahead and come onto your back. Hug the knees in. Sway a little side to side. And hug the shin bones in towards the chest as you press the low back down into the floor. Open the arms out, legs to the left, gaze to the right, spinal twist. If you need to let a little bit of the heat, the fire go, and inhale and exhale out the mouth. Go ahead and switch sides, legs to the right, gaze to the left. Happy baby pose. And then begin to make your way to final resting pose, Shavasana. Slide the legs out long. Let the hands rest by the hips, palms facing up. And when you think you're very comfortable, and make yourself even more comfortable. We'll be here for 1 minute. Can you allow yourself 1 minute?
Shanti. Shanti. Hari.